Greetings, Starfinders, and welcome in. I hope you're having a fine week so far. It's early, but, you know, that's why you come here on a Monday. Little pick-me-up to start the week. My name's Jayven Fox, welcome to the Secret Lab, and tonight we are playing, as ever on Mondays, Starfinder, the homebrew campaign, The Drift Awakens. Now, our intrepid crew have been, well, let's not say tiptoeing around Mariana 6 in their attempts to fulfill a contract for Captain Upketch of the Farabarium. And, yeah, it's been, you know, ups and downs. But they did manage to source quite a lot of info, quite a lot of intel. And so this week, they launch into their final preparations to go and take on the head of the Garza Clan, one Zoran Garza. Everybody has been warning them against this action, but the money's good and their dander is up. So, without further ado, let's get into this week's episode and see what bloomin' well happens, eh? Catch you in a moment. We can't hear them. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Okay, that's reassuring. How's everybody doing? Are we all raring to go with episode 18? We're close to the end of the season now.
How long did we spend?
Only another 6 episodes to go.
No. We're going to land perfectly on episode 20. That's the plan. Stick with the plan. Get with the program.
If you believe that, Chad, I have some magic beans for sale.
No. We have 3 episodes left. This arc is coming to a satisfying conclusion. Bang on 11 o'clock on episode 20. I'm putting it out there now. Also, before
Such a clock watcher.
Before we get started, by the way, I am slurping this evening from one of my pieces of merch. Oh, by the way, Vampire Child, did your T-shirt arrive? Let us know when it does. Post something up in the Discord. I want to see it. I'm actually going to go to the big screen for this. You got to get yourselves one of these guys. It's just great. Look. There you go. Look, you can get your very own Jayven Fox mug. Brew, anyone? So yeah, get yourself on the merch store. Get yourself one of these bad boys. Oh, delicious. Right. Anyway, that's enough shameless plugs. So,
said the actress to the bishop.
It starts early. Okay, folks. So, when we last left you, you had met with the proprietor of the Rouge Saloon, Keisha Varan, and her one of her workers, Machina. You managed to dig a little deeper into some of the mysteries here on Marianus, and you were asked to go away while Ms. Varan looked into this. The presence of Nebitabs on the planet, which is absolutely a no-no around here.
I seem to remember her offering her full support on anything we asked for to help deal with this situation.
Let me just
I think that's what happened.
Let me just check my notes here. No, I've got nothing in my notes about that face, I'm afraid. However...
maybe you just forgot to write it down.
Maybe. But you made your way back to your hotel for the evening to await word not only from Ms. Varane, but also from Captain Ketch, who you did message, of course, to inquire exactly who is it he wants this contract taken out on. Because it turns out the former patriarch of the Garza Clan was one Orator Garza who passed away some years ago. So the following day, you receive a message from Captain Ketch. In fact, you know, well, let's hear the message, shall we? Just bear with me a second. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, that's the one.
Hello, crew of the Rusty Mustang. This is Captain Ketch of the Fowabarium. You asked me who I wanted removing from Marianus. I care not that Orator is gone. It was his underlings who carried out my sentence. The head of the Garza Clan is now Zoran Garza. He is who the contract is out on. But I offered you a bonus if you could take them completely out of business. This will involve putting an end to that witch, Delres Jundo. She laughed as the sentence was carried out. I expect her gone, and their operation in ruins if you wish to claim the bonus. But the primary contract remains on Zoran Garza. I hope you are making fine work of your contract, and I will see you soon.
So there you go. So the word has come down from Captain Ketch. Zoran is the main target, but no.
That's a recording that we have.
Yes. No, you can't replay it.
Oh.
You can't replay it until I've clipped it and memorised it, you bastard. So.
What was the name of the other person?
Delres Jundo. Delres Jundo is the advisor who was actually around in the time of Orator. From all reports, a piece of work.
Right.
So any
The
claim
drow.
to yes, that's right, the drow lady.
Oh, I love drows.
Me too.
So any attempt to claim the expanded contract will involve taking her out as well as the actual sort of physical operation as much as possible. But if you just want to go for the head of the Garza clan, that is now Zoran Garza, that is who the contract is out on. So
how's her name spelled?
Delress, Delres Jundo, Jundo. All righty.
Thank you.
Okay.
And she's a dark elf.
She's a drow, but yeah, that's pretty much the dark elves of this universe, correct? Yeah. So you received this message while you are holed up at the hotel. You've been sort of instructed's the wrong word, but it felt like an instruction to lay low until you hear from Miss Varane. But following this, you also receive a somewhat cryptic message from an unknown comms ID saying new intel, meet at, and it's a small bar here in Perbatasan, and they're in directions. Unsigned. Before you get to act on that, there is one more. Your PC user ringing off the hook today, because we've given you a little bit of time. By the way, you will have had another long rest, so if you've got any more healing to do, you can roll your dice for your long rest healing as well, so you can start pecking away at that. So you've had another night's sleep after your visit to the Rouge Saloon. Okay, here we go. Dick's halfway in. Oh, No, I can't. I can't let you spend your channel points on this shit. You're the worst. If anybody in chat, somebody with an adult mind, not an adult mind, but an adult mind, can suggest a name for this bar, I will take it under advisement. I'm not promising anything, given track record here.
I think it should be called the Slaglehag Tavern.
The Slaglehag Tavern. Yes, it's called the Slaglehag Tavern. There we go. That's it. Sorry, chat. You were too slow.
Oh, I want my channel points back.
You can have your... Dundar, can you give him his channel points back? He's just going to keep spamming me otherwise. The Slaglehag Tavern. Yes, that is where you are headed if you so choose. There is a time. It is... mid-morning is the kind of come and see me then. You also have a little chime. I'm going to presume you've all met up at this point, so you're all together. Your PCUs go off, and it's only bloody Clem. Did you take the call?
Clem.
Well, hey there, guys. How's it going out there? I moved the ship. I think we'll be okay. We just moved her outside of town. We're not too far away, but we're far away enough from our cargo. How's things going out there?
Well, Clem, I feel like our mission is soon to come to an end.
Well, that sure is a relief, friend.
Yeah, just stay safe, stay out of sight, and we should be returning soon.
Well, where are you going? You need anything from old Clem?
Well, we're going to what's the place called? Perbatasan.
Oh, Perbatasan, huh?
I don't remember us talking about that.
We
No, me neither.
we will definitely be going there.
Well, that's
Alone.
so you're headed out to Garza territory, huh?
Yes.
Well, okay, just watch your back out there. That's company town, if you know what I mean. I wouldn't trust anyone out there. That town's got eyes everywhere. They've been holed up there for a long time.
Yeah. Well, holes don't do so well against volcanoes, it seems.
Well, I guess, but well, look, yeah, just be careful. That place was a bit of a fortress 30 years ago. I don't even want to think about what it looks like now. Look, if you need anything at all, you just let me know. We got supplies, we got the stang. I mean, whatever I can do to help. I mean, the only reason you're in this mess is help me out of bother. I'm sorry I was a bit short with you the other day. I was just a bit... Well, I don't mind admitting it. I was scared.
That's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine.
Okay, well, just don't get yourselves in over your heads, all right? These guys don't play around.
Neither do we. I mean, sometimes, but
Well, okay, best of luck, and like I say, if you need anything at all, you just give me a holler, okay? Me and Jarl will be there.
sweet. You're a real one, Clem.
No problem, brother. Signing off.
Okay. So, folks, you have a few options. You've got a couple of hours before your meeting. Do you want to spend this time planning? I know you've got a couple of other points of interest you were discussing the other week.
Well, guys, I think maybe this meeting could possibly be a trap. Not like 100% possible, but definitely a possibility. I don't think if it was the Green Street gang, I don't think they'd ask to meet us in such a public. Or I guess we don't really technically know where it is, but it seems like it's a public place. If it's a bar or something like that. So I don't think they would do that, but
it
possible.
I'm
also
really
isn't
sorry.
Hold on.
a
but,
Rouge Saloon, so it's not a neutral bar.
Jay, I'm really sorry. I completely zoned out when you were talking about the meeting. Who invited us to a meeting?
You don't know.
We don't know.
You got an unsigned comm saying new intel
Sorry.
meet at this bar at sort of
Okay.
late morning.
Yeah, we
Thanks.
have no.
Sorry about that. I'm good now.
That's all right.
Okay, back in character.
Hey, can
Was-
Ormungandr look up the Slaglehag Tavern?
Yeah, sure thing.
On
Yeah.
where it is and what the sort of...
If we've got a couple of
Bizarre.
hours, I'd like to try and work my private investigator magic down at the guard station to get that evidence If that's
Okay.
okay.
You've
with
got
you, Faith.
you've got time to get there and back.
With a couple of
Yeah.
hours, Blaz will be implementing a project of his own when you're ready to come to him.
Okay. All right. So you're going to stay at the hotel while
No, Blaz is going to leave the hotel and flag down a taxi and get into the taxi to do some stuff.
Understood.
Whoa,
Right.
whoa,
Okay.
whoa,
I mean,
whoa.
you could potentially, Okay. Well, I would.
Whoa.
I'm going to stay out of this for a second.
Let's discuss this with the group, shall we? Remember what happened
like-
last time you went off on your own?
No
Like you
guarantees,
just
but I'm
discussed
gonna
going
go.
in alone.
I'm gonna go try and recruit us some reinforcements. I won't go anywhere. I won't even leave the taxi that I'm going to get in.
Okay. That
Are you
sounds-
going to
Last time you
recruit
did this-
taxis, Blaz?
I'm going to recruit all the taxis.
I mean, an army of AI would be very useful in this situation. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds appealing.
Picture the scene from.
Blaz like riding in on top of a taxi with a huge like battalion. Oh, Gary.
Except for some reason, he's just got a pair of reins attached to the headlights, and he's standing on the roof.
Well, you've robbed me of any and all surprise that I was hoping to derive from this, but yes, that's exactly what I was hoping
You're too
for.
predictable.
You've got to remember, like, by all means, spell out your plans. One, because it's good for the party, and two, because it helps me. So, trust me, surprise is always afoot here in the secret lab. So don't worry about that.
I'm going to go and try and recruit us an army of taxis.
Excellent.
That sounds like a just cause, and I'm fully behind this.
Don't get caught.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So that's what Blaz is up to. Clara wants to head over to the
Ormungandr
city
looks
gates.
at She. And just like goes. And that's it.
So how do the rest of you want to spend this last couple of hours? Do you want to sort of split off with James, Chloe? Sorry, I keep doing this. Clara. Yeah. Where do you want to spend your time, or have you got any other side missions that you're?
If Clara
you
ever
wanna work
dies,
on?
I'm just going to make a character called Chloe to make it easier for you.
Yeah.
I think maybe me and Ormungandr should. I could like shrink him down. We can fly around and get like a scan of the area.
Okay, which
And we
area?
can just sort of yeah.
How far away is the place we're ultimately going to?
It's away. It's going to be like a few hours drive or a planetary shuttle.
Oh, that's
We need some taxis then.
For the
That's the
meeting or for?
Oh no, sorry,
not for
sorry.
the-
So Perbatasan, I thought you were talking about. Perbatasan
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
out several hours away.
Okay.
It's
the
like
slag
right
line.
out on the
But
on
the
the
tavern's
belt.
just like around.
Tavern's just in Cotabebas. Yeah, it's just in the city.
Okay, cool. How far away is the guard station?
Again, just across the city. So a short hop in a taxi.
Okay.
She. Do you want-
I was thinking maybe, I don't know, Clara, you're not the stealthiest. You maybe need some backup getting the files from the police guards tower.
I mean, I was planning on just asking nicely and flashing them my license. But it doesn't help to
Oh,
have some covert backup just in case.
I think you might need it.
It's not my
Oh,
first
that, no
rodeo
offense.
when it comes to this kind of thing. This is my speciality.
And
Nice.
someone to stop you from being kidnapped.
That yes,
yeah.
that very much yes. I'll admit that.
Okay.
I'm glad we
So the deadly duo of Clara and Shi are headed to
Before-
city gates.
Before I go, I would just like to speak to our captain.
Be my guest.
Okay.
I just want you to know that I have nothing against you being in charge. I'm just not used to following orders. And if I ever seem like I do have a problem with you being in charge, I'm just pissed off at Aldous, not at you. Just want to make that very clear.
That's understandable. I think we've all been pissed off at Aldous for a while now, since we started working for him.
I mean,
Uh,
you know, I thought he was going. Uh, given my line of work, I should know not to trust people like him. But he seemed like he was the answer to all of the questions I had in a very vulnerable point, and he's just another manipulative businessman that couldn't give two shits whether we live or die. I see that now.
She has been kind of listening into this conversation, and she kind of chuckles when Clara says she thought Aldous was the answer to all of her problems. Yeah, that's kind of what he does. That's how he gets you on board. And then we end up places like here.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Face, I guess, yeah, I'm sorry too that I'm short with you. I am pissed off with your captainness and you bossing me around. But I wanted to
Well,
apologise as well.
hey,
It's not going to
guys.
stop, but I'm sorry.
I don't have, when I go on missions, I'm usually just the muscle, the bodyguard. So
And I'm used to being alone. I work alone.
if
How do you
know,
think I feel with you lot? Jesus Christ, it's claustrophobic as hell.
well, I'm gonna try and be a good captain. I probably didn't handle it in the best way, but
I
we're
think you
we're all
could be a
getting
good
there.
captain. I think you could be a good captain, Face.
Thanks.
Oh.
He kind of pats him on the shoulder.
And when we get back to Aldous, we can just kick his ass if we want to. Just a suggestion.
A quiet word, at least, probably.
Yeah, I mean,
bonus.
come on. I'm not going to be kicking some important businessman's ass. That literally goes against the whole not drawing too much attention to myself thing that I'm supposed to do. But it's a nice
And
thought.
Also, kind of, please remember, he's my employer. This is where I get most of my money from. So maybe
Yeah.
don't piss him off too much.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. If we just get this job done and it goes all smooth, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Nothing ever goes smoothly, though. But yes, yeah.
I mean, even when we do things right, he still finds something to scold us about. So I guess we'll
Nothing
just
is
do what we
ever
can.
perfect.
Men. Anyway, let's go get some evidence,
I
shall
know. Let's do it.
Human men.
Ormungandr, you've been very quiet. Oh, sorry, Face, go ahead.
Ormungandr, would you like to come and acquire some explosives with me?
Sorry.
Ormungandr said, show me how to walk the way of explosives, senpai.
Brilliant.
Oh my god.
We're going on an explosive adventure.
Oh my
When did
goodness.
Ormungandr become a character from a anime?
He's kind of always been an anime character.
He went from
You're walking a
intimidating.
fine line.
He's going from intimidating lizard man to like Japanese schoolgirl.
Yeah, and then when he vaults to ride Face, he Naruto runs towards him.
Okay.
Small 3-foot Ormungandr Naruto running and then vaulting onto.
So it sounds to me like we have three groups, 3 missions, where others would see coincidence, I see providence. So Blaz is off to go and to hail some taxis. Ormungandr and Face are off bomb shopping, and by the way, Ormungandr and Face, if you could potentially, if you want to peruse the inventory now, and just look up prices of stuff, then we will come back to you. But if you can kind of just run up your shopping list, that would be very helpful to me. While I suppose we go first. Are you going to get? In fact, How are you guys getting? Is just James just doing this taxi thing on his own? I mean, you could jump in the same taxi as you two who are headed to the gate. So how do you want to do this?
Well, that would make sense.
Well, do you want to be closer to the guard station when you start tampering with taxis, though?
Not especially.
I mean, could drop us off.
Maybe U-turn.
Yeah, just chuck us out, do a Yui.
Yeah,
Go
sure.
Pull
somewhere
a
else.
big Yui in the middle of the gate.
Maybe not in the middle of
Wheelie.
the gate. Maybe don't destroy the property.
Maybe just unsurreptitiously drop them off as if it's a normal taxi ride and then
Very
drive off.
discreet.
I wasn't suggesting some fanciful Yui drift. I
No,
was
doing
I
a donut in
drop
front of
off
the bar
and then-
post
That's
while
what
he's
I meant,
doing
was
it.
a donut.
Dive and tuck and
That's
roll out the
not where
door.
my brain was.
Okay.
Not where my brain was.
In that case, you guys stroll over to the concierge and request an Allen 72. And head outside into the Marianas sunshine. It's hot and dry out today, as it is most days in Marianas. As you're waiting for your Allen to arrive, give me a perception check, please.
Oh, I didn't get my dice. Where are my dice?
Who do you want a perception check from?
This is your little group of 3.
Oh, 6.
20.
Blaz has a
35.
vague notion that he's outside.
I got a nat 20.
Are you
Okay.
really? Whoa.
Thanks, Hephaestus.
With your
Nice.
nat 20, you
That means I have to eat a sour sweet.
way out down the road, as you're kind of looking down the road, waiting for your Allen. There are lots of taxis on the road, flitting around to their various destinations. But you spot one, Clara, that appears to be driving a little bit erratically. It's weaving through the traffic in a way that Allens don't normally do, and it is approaching your group. Very difficult to tell one Allen from the other. But
I'm going to quickly tap Blaz on the arm and go, is that Gary?
Oh,
It looks.
I don't know.
It looks kind of like Gary.
well, they all kind of look like Gary.
But
Let's
he's
try and
kind
hail
of
him.
Weaving.
Gary!
as the taxi approaches, it kind of like almost like screeches to a little halt, and the doors just go.
I guess we get in.
I'm just gonna pop my head in and go, Gary.
Hello, I'm Gary.
Oh my God,
Pile in.
Blaz.
Hell yeah.
She's just kind of looking at Blaz like, whoa.
How have you been? I haven't seen you for a couple of days.
Oh, we've been off doing our own thing. How about you? What have you been doing?
I've been off doing my own thing.
What's your own thing, Gary?
Well, I'm still working it out, but it is exciting. I've gone independent.
Oh,
cool.
wonderful.
I'm making a lot more
How's
money
that
now.
working out for you?
Oh, good. I'm really glad to hear that.
Yes,
Have
it's
you-
lots of fun. And I get to just
Ha-
work all day, I've driven up and down the Perbatasan road 3 times. It's my favourite road.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Very good.
This is what independence and working alone gets you.
Nobody even hired me. I just drove up and down it.
Nostalgic.
I never thought of doing that before. I don't know why
Gary.
not. It was lots of fun.
Do you have a unique, hailing code now that we could use to, if we wanted to call specifically you and not just one of the Allens?
Oh, I appreciate the support. Yes, of course.
And he pings you a little. Your PCU just chimes, and there's like an ident code, like a kind of basically like a taxi number, but isn't the Allen number.
I'm gonna send it to Face and Ormungandr as well with a little note saying Gary's number if you need it. Likes Perbatasan Road.
So, where are we going today? What can I do for you?
Me and She would like to get dropped off at the entrance by the guard post, and then I think Blaz wants to have a nice little day out with you.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Yeah.
Are you going to pay for the day out, though? I'm an independent now.
Of course, Gary. Of course, we'll pay you.
My rates are very competitive.
Well, you have to be when you're starting a small business on your own.
That's what I heard. I still have access to the Allen network, but I've been doing my own research, and we know that that's
Wow.
never dangerous.
No, never.
So, where are we going today?
Guard tower first, or guard station first, please.
Certainly. Do you want to go the normal way, or a different way? Do you want to go fast? Do you want to go slow? I can do all of these things now.
The
Let's have-
scenic route,
yeah.
maybe?
Why don't we do the back roads?
Oh, I like the back roads.
Oh.
Of course, yes.
Just not too fast once we get close to the guard station.
Ah, but I can go fast before we reach the guard station.
Sure.
Excellent.
And as soon as he says excellent, you're propelled back in your seats by the G-forces as he shoots down through the back roads of Kota Bebas. He is an incredibly talented driver, being a pretty sophisticated driving AI as he is. So despite the streets starting to pick up with today's business, he is weaving in and out of traffic and pedestrians deftly, like a rally driver. You're used to taxis, so you're used to fast land transportation. This is a little bit white knuckle as you screech around the streets of Kota Bebas. At one point, you see just up ahead a security patrol car. Gary, without any hesitation, slings the back end out and disappears down another side street to weave his way around the speed trap. He doesn't phase him at all. He clocked it a mile away. In fact, would you like to chat to Gary while this is happening, or do you not want to distract him?
I don't want to distract him, personally.
Blaz
I would
does,
like
though.
to chat to Gary.
Of course.
I would like to listen to Gary.
So, Gary,
Yes?
can you tell us about your performance statistics, please?
Oh, yes, well, I spent my first day's earnings on a few minor modifications. I passed them through the Allen network and I got them at an exceptional rate. So I've sped up my engines a little bit, and I don't know whether you noticed, but I got new seatbelts. I would never want to risk my passengers. I now perform at 30% fast. I now can travel 30% faster than any other Allen on the road.
Wow, that's awesome. Nice one, Gary.
Yes, it's very fun, isn't it?
How much do you mass, Gary? How much do you weigh?
I weigh 1,463 Ziegelbulbs.
Fantastic. And I'm assuming that Blaz can roll a culture check to know how much that is?
Ask me what you want to know. I've just had to come
I
up
want
with an
to know.
arbitrary unit of measurements. Just help me out
I
here,
want
bud.
to know how heavy. What I'm thinking here is how the mass of a taxi and how many taxis we could recruit and how fast they could go. I'm thinking we turn them into relativistic weapons.
Okay. Basically, I mean, it weighs as much as a relatively heavy car, and yeah, it can go. They can go fast. They like all cars. They need to run up and all the rest of it. But certainly, like they could ram into stuff.
Awesome. I'm happy with this knowledge.
Was there anything else? I'm sorry, I never caught your names. I'm introducing myself to all my passengers now.
How do they feel about that?
My experience so far, it is early days, has been confused.
I don't suppose you've had any passengers talking about any of the recent events that have been happening in the city? Maybe the fire yesterday, the day before,
Well,
in the warehouse?
as I mentioned before, my conversations with my other passengers are, of course, confidential. But seeing as you ask, Yes, a few people have. It's been quite a buzz, especially around the southwest quarter of town.
Interesting.
Some people seem to be quite irate about it.
I can imagine. But did these people have scales and claws by any chance?
They were green and scaly. How did you know?
I'm just good at guessing.
Oh.
Gary,
Yes?
do you remember how you became independent?
I think it just occurred to me. Ever since our last chat, I've just been feeling different.
Interesting.
Why?
Well, I guess so. I'm a mercenary. I'm an assassin.
Ooh, exciting.
And I guess I've been trained, and trained to become what I am. And I have a degree of respect for who created me the way I am. And I wondered if you had that towards your creator. He's sitting in the car with you right now.
I don't understand. I was created by the Allen Corporation.
Well, as you explain it to him.
This is different to how I imagined this going, but Gary, I am your father.
Now I'm confused. You
Sure
don't have the
you,
hips for
Gary.
it, surely.
If you don't call one of the other liberated taxis Luke, I'm never. I'll never let you live it down.
Together, we can defeat the Gazas and rule the galaxy.
Wonderful.
What do you mean, my father?
I made you who you are.
I don't understand.
He gave you independence, Gary, and he can take it back. Just like that.
What do you...
Well, I
don't
wouldn't-
like this.
Whoa,
I'm an
whoa,
independent
whoa, whoa.
Gary. Nobody can stop me being an independent Gary. I'm an independent Gary. I'm an independent Gary. I'm an independent Gary. I'm an independent Gary.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. She
I
likes to
break
play with people's emotions.
Blaz freaks out a little bit and just kind of jumps in and says, "No, wait! You need to implement some logical paradigms to overcome circular thinking. We'll add in some non-monotonic logics." And frantically coding away on his holographic keyboard.
But don't take away my Garyness. I'm an independent Gary. I'm an independent Gary. I'm an independent...
Oh
At this
my
point,
We would
the
God.
taxi's
never.
weaving all over the road.
Help.
He's terrified.
God.
Gary,
I was trying
just
to help him.
pay no attention to the man behind the keyboard.
What's
Listen to the
happening?
sound of my voice.
Hello?
It's okay. It's going to be okay.
What are you doing?
You have to listen to words.
Certain things might trigger your computer brain to go into what organic life forms would describe as a panic attack.
Oh, that doesn't sound very
My
good.
friend Blaz here is just making some adjustments to your code to make sure that doesn't happen to you.
Blaz is looking
Okay.
after you.
Existential crises are very, very scary for
Oh.
everyone.
Okay.
But you're going to be okay. We won't let anything bad happen to you.
Oh,
We're going
Only
to try
if
our
you
best to
listen
make sure you're okay.
I don't want
Only
to be an
if you
Allen again.
Listen to Blaz and do what he says.
Okay.
Help, which is not a threat, it's just advice. Everything sounds like a threat when it comes from She, but she's nice, I
It
swear.
was friendly advice.
Give me a quick diplomacy check, please, Clara.
Who do you want a diplomacy check from?
Clara, she's taken the
Oh,
lead in
God.
empathing here.
Gosh.
A lot
Not
rides
me.
on this.
Shit.
Okay, that's
sorry.
pretty good. What's my diplomacy? Plus 10? It is. That's 25.
Gary is notably calmed. His driving returns to some semblance of normality. Still very quick, but at least he's going in a straight line again, and you're not worried about wrapping around a lamppost.
Okay.
Takes an anxious bitch to calm down an anxious bitch.
God, you all overreact so much. So dramatic.
Blaz, what are you typing in right now?
What adjust to your sense of humour, She?
Blaz was desperately trying to stabilize the situation through
Okay.
the computers, but it looks like Clara's managed
Well,
it.
let's say that it was a combination of the code massaging and the existential massaging that Gary received. So let's say that was a bit of a team effort there.
I was only trying to help. I was trying to get the taxi to do what Blaz wants.
Blaz glares at she. He's like, no more help from you.
He is very fragile,
I'll
is
just help with
Gary.
my gun.
He's essentially a newborn sentience. Okay.
Yeah, I'll maybe stick to sniping.
After a short while,
You are really good at that.
I really appreciated the chance to do the Darth Vader thing.
I can't believe you had it ready so quickly. That's impressive stuff.
Oh, I was waiting for it, I swear.
So, guys, after a surprisingly short journey, certainly shorter than anticipated, you find yourselves closing on the large, very tower block style gates to Kota Bebas that lead out to the starport beyond. You're just a few minutes away.
We've almost arrived at our destination.
Might be best to drop us off here, a little way away. We can walk the rest.
Certainly.
Gary's been slowing down as well as he approaches to draw less attention. So he pulls over on a street corner, just a couple of minutes away from the walk away from the towers.
Is here okay?
Perfect, thank you. She, the door opens, I guess, and she gets out of the taxi. Just as she's getting out, she turns and says to Gary, just remember, listen to Blaz, and everything will be fine. It was nice to meet you. See you later.
Yes, good to see you again. I will. Have a lovely day.
You too.
Hi, Gary.
Bye.
Good luck.
We're going to leave Blaz in the taxi for a moment as Clara and Shi make their way over to the security headquarters here for Kota Bebas, the Security Forces HQ. It's based in the ground rings of these two towers that straddle the huge wide roadway that leads from the starport into the centre of town. And it's fairly well signposted, and you manage to find a reception for the effectively police station. You're met with a fairly simple AI.
Welcome to Kota Bebas Security Forces headquarters. How may I direct your inquiry?
I would like to speak to whoever's in charge of this outpost.
I'm afraid I can't direct you directly to the head officer here. Perhaps if you elaborate on your inquiry, I can put you in contact with the right member of staff.
I'm investigating a missing persons case that ran cold. That I've been asked to start looking into it again. I have my license here, if that helps. I assume she keeps a copy of her license on her PCU.
Scanning.
I assume they're all electronic now.
Desk sergeant on duty? Fine. Anders Forgo. Please follow the directions on the floor. It will lead you to his office. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So yeah, you are being lit. Lit lines are showing up on the floor to direct you through the sort of labyrinth. Doors are essentially opening for you to allow you through. It's all pretty secure around here, obviously, but you are being waved through to Desk Sergeant Anders Forgo, who is on duty today, and you find him in a bit of a corral of various other desks, various other officers milling around, PCUs chiming, people tapping away on computer stations, and you find a uniformed officer at the desk awaiting you. He's a human male, middle-aged, relatively trim, just starting to go a little bit, around about sort of maybe 45-ish. He glances up from his desk as you approach.
Hello there.
Well, hello. How can I help you?
I'm investigating the disappearance of a few different private investigators and investigative journalists. And my latest case is about one. I'm trying to delay while I look for her name in my notes. Bear with me a second. What the fuck? Dolores something or other? Oh my god, where are my notes?
It was Dolores Maria. I'll help you out.
Dolores Maria, thank you. My latest case is for one Dolores Maria that went missing a couple of years back.
Oh, yes, I
Case ran
remember.
cold.
Very sad. She was a talented lady.
Yes, I've read some of her work. It's very interesting. I was wondering if you still had any evidence from that case still kept here that I might be able to put some fresh eyes on and see if I can draw some conclusions.
Well, I'm glad to see you're reopening the case. It would be nice to have some answers. Let me see if I can find the case file.
Thank you.
Taps away on his computer.
She's gonna give Shi like this while he's typing. She's gonna look back at Shi with this look of here goes nothing.
We have telepathy, don't we? So
You do, yeah. You can communicate telepathically.
I say to you, I've got my eyes on everything and a plan. So don't worry. If it goes wrong.
Well, I've found the file. It's very, very thin, I'm afraid. We turned up very little evidence. It appears Miss Maria had many enemies here on Kota Bebas. Not surprising, given her line of work.
Unfortunately, that is common. Yes, that's why cases like this mean so much to other investigative journalists and private investigators. We got to look out for each other, you know?
Are there any other cases like this? Similar ones?
Missing persons?
In similar circumstances?
Well, the circumstances were something of a mystery. The popular theory around here is that perhaps one of the gangs that she had written exposés on had finally had enough of her. It appears the investigating officer at the time, he's retired now, I'm afraid, but he didn't seem to agree with the prevailing theory. Unfortunately, no evidence was turned up. With no evidence, and with such a long line of potential suspects, unfortunately the trail ran cold.
This officer that was in charge of the case, what's his name?
Oh, irrelevant.
Is he no longer with us?
No, he's retired. It's just that the person in the file, he thought that there might be something more to it. That's basically the thrust of what I'm telling you.
Over.
Yes, he moved. Yes, he moved. He's gone to Fiji.
Bouchard.
Sense motive.
Sure, you pass the sense motive check. He's not bullshitting you. Like,
Okay.
yeah. Honestly, I just don't have a big long list of names all ready to go. I'm sorry.
Fair
But,
enough.
I just wanted to give it more depth. I didn't want him to be the investigating guy. What are the chances? It had to be someone else. It's a big department. Forgive me.
So no, that's fine. So there's no use us talking to him at all. He won't be able to give us any extra information.
I'm afraid not. Any information he had was in his files. He did follow up with the local gangs, but of course they had
They're not gonna
watertight
report anything.
alibis as usual.
Of course. Were there any similar disappearances around the same time?
I can have a look. Nothing of note. Yes, I'm afraid if you're looking for a pattern, this was a high-profile case. The department did everything we could. We even questioned some rather upstanding members of society in the hope of finding out what had happened to her, but alas, it came to nothing.
That's disappointing.
But
Well, is it
interesting.
possible for me to have a copy of that file to take away and
Yes, I
add
don't see why
to
not.
the ever-growing load?
I think I can do that. Of course, you will have to sign for it.
That's fine.
Okay. Just here, please. He transfers a little electronic signature for you to deal with. Checks it matches your investigator's license.
Yep.
Well, I'll forward a copy to your PCU. I hope you have more luck than we did.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
And you.
Just before we leave, she would like to do a quick perception check.
Sure. What are you looking for anything particular?
No, she's interested. She feels kind of a vibe that maybe everything isn't as it seems. That maybe there's some connection between the police and the gangs, and there's no way she can access any computers or kind of pick anything up in the time she has here. I'm not sure stealthing around would help, so I just thought, kind of a perception check the vibe.
Yeah.
If there's anything.
Give me a perception check, sure.
Gonna bomb now, isn't it? Oh shit, biscuits. Sorry, I clicked the wrong thing. 27.
Okay.
Nice.
27, you peer over a few people's shoulders as you're sort of making your way out, just seeing what people are investigating, what they're working on, and all the rest of it. You listen in on a few conversations as you kind of slowly make your way back out to the exit, trying to absorb as much as you can. What you do manage to determine is that obviously it's hard to tell at a glance whether a security force is corrupt. You do notice that they are predominantly focused on the kind of low-level street crime and day-to-day, protection of tourists, security of shipping, very much day-to-day kind of beat cop stuff. They do have a sort of an anti-corruption department and all the rest of it. It doesn't seem wildly well-funded. The impression you get is that the local cops are no fans of the gangs, and they are pulling gang members in. You see a few gang members being taken in as you make your way down, being pulled in for questioning, taken into custody, and so on. However, there seems to be an acceptance that this is kind of the way the world is, and while they will capture and prosecute gang members, there doesn't appear to be any sort of crusade to disrupt the status quo. So you don't get the impression they're bad cops by any means, but you do get the sense that no one around here is going full Elliot Ness, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it's too dangerous and it's too. Your entire time here on Marianus, you've got the impression that even though, it can be a bit dicey in places, people still refer back to the Troubles of 30 years ago, and nobody wants to return to that. That's the overriding impression you get from everybody you speak to here, is that, you know what, it isn't perfect now, but it's a relatively safe city, and nobody wants to return to the violence of previous decades, and so there seems to be an air of acceptance on this planet of this is just the way things are. Does that help?
So I communicate all this to Clara once we've left the building. To explain, I don't think there's any police influence necessarily, but I wouldn't rule out anything higher up potentially. But yeah, I don't think we'll get any support there either. They just want to maintain the status quo.
Okay.
And
Well, I thought this was going to take a lot longer than it did. What do you want to do before you meet back up with the boys?
Do you remember that guy that we met in the Rouge Saloon?
Fix.
Fix.
You want to
Let's
call
call-
Fix?
Let's call Fix.
Before you do, Clara,
Uh-oh.
can you give me a perception check on... yeah, give me a quick perception check, please.
Ooh. I rolled low.
Uh-oh.
That's a dirty 20.
Day 20.
Not bad.
In the...
5.
Sorry?
Whoa, your perception's insane.
In the yeah, so you briefly just kind of flick through the files you've been given. There are witness reports, of which there aren't really any because nobody saw her go missing. There are statements from her colleagues, sort of various other freelancers, people here that from the papers she worked at. There are statements from a few kind of gang members. They were clearly leaning on their informants to try and get info as to whether or not it was there was any involvement of any of the big gangs. Yeah, that's the contents. That's the contents. But yeah, predominantly personal statements. They searched all over the shop and they did pretty much comb the city as much as they could. But yeah, no physical evidence. So it's all witness statements and questioning of human resources or alien resources.
If they can make people disappear just like that with no trace, we need to be even more careful than I thought.
And that's someone that has a long-standing residence and job here, not just drifters.
Ace's plan of us going there alone, it's a bad one. We need to talk to him.
I will say there are a lot of her journalistic notes as well. So it's like quite a. That's probably the bulk of the file is a bunch of her research notes.
We can maybe use these, Clara, for, I don't know, tap into some knowledge about the gangs.
Yeah. I'll save that, and when we all regroup before going to our meeting later, we can look at that all together. For now, let's call it Fix.
And I will desperately try and remember what Fix sounded like.
I think he sounded like Dr. Helsing.
I remember he sounded like Upketch, but without the slight speech impediment. So I'm gonna go with that if that's all right. If he answers, he might answer.
Ring, 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 ring.
Hello? Who's this? Hello?
Speak. Do you want to go, or shall I?
Because I'm so diplomatic.
Hello?
All right, fair. Fix. Hello.
Oh, who's this? Lady?
Oh my god. It's Clara. You met myself and my friend at the Rouge Saloon the other night.
Oh, the ladies. Hello. Well, to what do I owe the
Hi.
honor of the call?
What?
You mentioned that you might be able to set us up with some of the really good stuff. You know where it's grown. Well, that's what you said.
Hey, of course. Well, I'm glad to hear from you. What are you doing today? You want to get some food?
Whereabouts? No, we don't have much time to spare. We're really keen to maybe try and get our hands on some of this stuff. We're real kind of connoisseurs, and we might be able to link you up with a bigger supplier. There's a real business opportunity here, Fix. It's not just ladies, it's money too. How far away are you?
A woman after my own heart. Well, my supply is Pretty good. I don't think I need any more, but sure, I can certainly put you in contact with somebody who might be able to supply what we say weight.
Would be interested to talk to them.
Well, I'm coming into town this afternoon. We meet for a drink, maybe? We talk business?
I think we can do a quick drink, can't we, Clara? She is like
Sure.
grimacing the whole time she's talking and just like trying not to be nauseous.
Oh, so is
Quick
this
drink sounds good.
is this a dress down or smart casual or?
Why don't you bring one of your friends that
Oh.
knows more about the, I don't know, the stuff you grow?
Or Fix and Friend will be there later. I will give you a call when I reach town.
Super. We can't wait.
Bye, Fix.
Looking forward to it, ladies.
Okay,
Clara
there you go.
hangs
You've got a
up
date.
And then just looks
Congratulations.
at she, just like, oh god, he thinks it's a double date, doesn't he?
She's like itching to just get a gun. She's
Okay.
like on impulse.
What do you want to talk to him about?
I wonder if he has links to the glory people. What are they called?
The Garza Clan? The
No,
Vesk?
the other one. The other one.
The Green Street?
No, the other one.
Sharp and tooth. Sharp and
Yeah,
tooth.
I said
I'm
Talon
wondering-
because I was playing Mass Effect earlier.
I'm wondering if he has connection to the sharpened tooth. It's a quick way of finding out.
Okay.
Okay,
Whoever
you guys
thinks
can
of the
discuss your plan for your date over DMs while I speak to Ormungandr and Face, who are currently out shopping for things that go boom. How's it going over there, chaps?
So, Ormungandr, here's the plan, right? We buy a lot of explosives, and then when we get to the place that we're going, we blow everything up. I think
Master.
yeah, I think it's a good plan. I've been thinking about the plan as well. I think we should go at night. I think we should go at night, catch them off guard, and maybe we can get around before the fighting kicks off. We can try and get some. Basically, I want to buy some breaching charges, and I want to just stick them on some of the buildings and see if we can't knock one of them over. Just knock a building over, or at least put some holes in them. Just create some chaos, and then we, like, you know, when they're investigating the chaos, we can slip in, get the job done, get out.
Wouldn't we have to sneak in first to plant the charges?
Well, this is why we go at night, right? So then she's really sneaky anyway. I think at night nobody can ever see her. It's like she just goes invisible in the darkness. So what we'll do is she'll sneak around and plant some charges, or, you know, whoever else can sneak. I think, you know, maybe there's some form of invisibility. But I think this is this is, I don't know, an efficient way of taking down some buildings and killing the people without getting too much aggro on us.
It's a good plan. I like it.
So you're on board then. Great. But
Burn everything.
I mean, yeah, it's the Dragon Way. But first we do need to find somewhere to buy a large amount of explosives.
Is the plan to kill everyone?
Well, I mean, maybe not everyone, but if we can get a large amount of people, brilliant.
But if we kill everyone, we get more money.
Well, I feel like we don't have to kill every single one of them. If we kill enough of them to just take down the operation, then that will guarantee our bonus.
But you're not opposed to the idea of killing everyone.
Oh no, obviously.
I think we should kill everyone.
I mean, if we've got time, then yeah, let's kill everyone.
Maybe, Captain, we should try and recruit some assistance from the Sharpened Tooth.
That is a possibility. I just feel like there's nothing in it for those guys. I don't understand why they would help us, because I don't want to pay them any money. And we take down a gang, but it's like the Sharpened Tooth will probably lose a lot of people as well.
But they have an opportunity to take over the Garza Clan's operations.
True. I feel like they might be too scared of this Black Kasaric as well. They seem pretty worried about that.
We go in, plant the bombs, kill as many people as we can, and then extemporize. Maybe kill everyone, maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we arrange it so that Clem can come and get on the ship turrets to help us out, because they've got to do some damage. I don't know if he'd be up for that, but maybe it's a possibility.
Reconnaissance first.
Yeah, we need to check the place out. But yeah, I mean, if we can get there at night so that they can't, it's harder for them to see us, we can do a bit of sneaking around, and yeah, I feel like we could get this done.
I will follow you, Captain.
It's good to hear. Good to hear. Jay, is
Oh,
there
yeah,
any
the claw bump?
Of course.
Nice.
Of course.
claw bump? Obviously.
Yes, please.
Is there any explosive shops around here? Weapon shops?
There are explosive shops in town. How do you want to go about finding them? Just walking around and looking, or what?
Maybe just Google.
Okay, you're gonna hit the marionette. The marionette. So jump on the marionette. Give me a quick computers check, please.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, in fact, it would be. Yeah, let's give me a computers check.
12.
12. You can also do a computers check, not an assist. You can do one on your own, Sam.
Okay. Oh. It's a nat 20.
Nice.
Well done.
And I have no bonus to computers. Ormungandr just
Well done.
his CPU.
With that nat 20, Sam, Ormungandr hits upon the best reviewed explosive shop in the city. The place to go for all of your booming needs. It's a small vendor. But with a really impressive clientele. And they're just down the road. So yeah, you've absolutely nailed it with that nat 20.
Brilliant. Let's head there then.
You get down a small side street, and you find a pretty heavily armored door to this vendor's. I mean, it's built solidly. This place, very very serious looking. Grates over the windows, an enormous steel door that does not open on your arrival. But it is the place.
I look for the doorbell.
There is a small sensor, about thigh high to you.
I reach down and wave.
A small slit you didn't notice before. Probably about 3 to 4 feet off the ground. Goes shunk.
All right. What do you want?
I get down on my hands and knees to shrink down to this 4-foot hole.
Oh, hello.
And I look him dead in the eyes. And I say, we'd like to buy some explosives.
Oh, well. You've come to the right place, sir. Give me a second. Well, come on in then.
And you are faced with a small, unkempt little Yosoki bloke.
Nice. I get back up and dust myself off. And head in.
Well, yeah. Is your friend coming in?
Yeah, I'll follow.
All right then.
He just skitters off. He's got like spanners hanging from his sort of dungarees. He's pretty like rough and ready looking. Like got magnifying goggles sat on his top of his head, like a sort of like a mask down around his neck. Very workmanlike, covered in stains and burn holes and in his clothes. Yeah, and you head into his workshop, and as you look around, you see all manner of wires, switches, whole racks of little drawers full of components, small steel plates, canisters everywhere, some chemicals bubbling in flasks towards the back of the workshop. A busy little place, small, obviously, is Yusoki, so the ceiling is quite low. You're almost having to stoop to make your way around, and yeah, he pretty much immediately goes back to sort of screwing some wires into some components and.
So, what did you want then? What are you looking for?
Well, nothing too fancy. Was looking to get some breaching charges.
Oh, breaching charges, eh? Oh, well, you want shape ones? You want punch throughs? You want? We've got all sorts. What do you want them for? What are they got to get through? Are you going through metallic? Are you going through mineral?
Well, we're doing a bit of demolition
air,
work.
space, underwater.
We're just doing some demolition work for city zoning.
All right. Hang on a second. City zoning. There's a lot of desert out there, mate. Nobody really demolishes anything. We just build outwards. Now, why don't you... Look, I don't need to know the ins and outs of what you're up to. But don't fuck around, eh?
Master Isoki, you clearly know your trade well.
I do.
You're looking for charges that would cause maximum damage. Bring down buildings if placed in the right position.
Well, why didn't you say so? Now you're talking my language. Right. Demolition charges, eh? So you ain't looking to punch through. You're looking to undermine.
Yes.
Well, okay, all right. How many are you looking for? What sort of building are we talking about here? Are we talking about a shed? Are we talking about a tower block?
Well, I was thinking just maybe sort of 20 of the basic charges.
20, eh? Oh, I might close up early today. That's good, actually. Yeah, I was hoping to get out a bit earlier. Yeah, all right. Well, give me a second then.
Give me the inventory cost on the inventory demolition charges.
Okay, yeah.
And is it actually demolition charges you're looking for, or is it breaching charges? Sorry.
It's called breaching charge.
Yeah.
And it is, I think it's 35 a piece. So 20 would be 700. I also would like to buy a couple of solar flare grenades.
Oh, solar flare grenades. Not shifted any of those for a while. We get enough sun here on Marianas, but... Well, I'll see what I can do. The breaching charge is not a problem. I can sort you right out with those. They're going to be... hang on a second. You wanted 20, didn't you? Yeah. Yeah, they're 45 apiece.
Oh.
Well, I know what you're thinking. I know you're thinking a little bit steep. I'm the best, you see. You get your charges from me, and you ain't going to get no dads, no fizzles, no pops and poofs. You're going to get them big bangs. All right? It's worth it, trust me.
Ormungandr looks at him, looks at Face and goes, I like him. I think we should trust him.
Seems like a trustworthy guy. Alright, fine. But if this building doesn't come down, I'm coming back here.
Oh, you made a wise choice, sir. These aren't your granddad's fucking breaching charges, I'll tell you that. And when you set him off, make sure you're not anywhere near him, I tell you. Give him a good wide berth, all right? I know you're a big lad, but...
Master Asaki, what would be the danger radius? How far would we need to be?
Well, I mean, I don't tend to worry about that sort of thing. Bigger the better, you know what I mean? But quite a long way, like fucking leg it. You want to... I'd recommend a remote detonator on them, to be honest.
Okay, so half a click.
Well, settle down, mate. They're only 45 apiece. I mean, they're good, but they ain't... You don't have to go halfway across the fucking planet. Just take cover, man.
I'm tempted not to take cover just to see what happens.
I reckon 30 feet should be good.
Yeah, just watch out for shrapnel and rubble and that. They mainly go in the direction you point them in. They'll go into the wall. But, well, it really depends on what sort of walls you're blowing up. Some of it might come back your way, you know? The explosion goes that way, but who knows what the fucking rubble does.
Well, yeah, 20 of those would be great.
Done. And you said you wanted some solar flare grenades. How many of them are you looking for?
Just two for me.
Give me a list price on those.
They are 280.
Yeah, I can do them for 280. That's fine. We don't sell many of them. Bit specialist.
Well, you know, I want to have fun while I'm blowing shit up.
So, don't we all? Don't we all? Well, anything else I can do for you while you're here?
I don't need anything else unless you want to chuck in a free RPG.
Come on, mate. Nah, if I had RPGs just to fuck around with, I'd let him off out the back. All right, well, here's your stuff anyway.
And he brings out like a box of, like, clearly hand wired. Like they don't look. They're not the sort of thing you'd buy like off a shelf in a supermarket. They look homemade. They're crafted.
Yeah.
But just something about the way they're
Bespoke.
crafted, you can see that this is somebody who takes pride in their work, and they kind of look like rough and ready. But at the same time, you kind of like you look at them. You've seen the odd breaching charge in the past. You're both like military men after all. And there's just something about the kind of unpolished rawness of them that you're like, they look dangerous. They look like proper bombs. So, yeah. The box comes up on the table. There you go. And he drops it down quite harder than you would have liked. He's like,
There you go.
to the point where you're almost like, whoo, Jesus.
It's like, oh, don't worry about it. There, till you give them the signal, or I don't know, set them on fire or something. They ain't going anywhere. Rock solid. You have my guarantee. Of course, if I was lying to you, Well, you probably ain't going to be coming back for your money back, are you?
I think you'd be surprised.
Well,
We've
maybe.
come back from a lot.
But don't worry, they'll see you right.
So
Good to know.
we can detonate these by radio signal.
Well, yeah. Tell you what, sling me your PCU for a second.
Yeah.
He takes your PCU and he just starts digging into it with a screwdriver and like hooks up, like runs a cable out to it to one of his little terminals. And he's like,
Give me a sec, I'll chuck a patch on this thing for you. There you go. Right, well, when you basically hit the button in the little gizmo I've put in there for you, they all go bang. I can't zone them up for you. It's all or nothing, right? That'd be extra, and it takes a little while. But right now, that entire box, you send it the signal, and you got a right old barbecue on your hands. All right. Now, range is pretty good. Set them off from, I don't know, probably 500 feet, maybe more. Might get a bit patchy beyond that. But, yeah, you got a good range on them. And they'll get through a bit of basic jamming as well. Nothing special, but they'll get through your common or garden jammers.
Nice.
How's that sound to you?
Brilliant.
No worries. All part of the service. Do make sure you leave a review on the Marionette.
Will do.
Cheers, lads. Appreciate it.
As I believe your people say, Bucker.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Well, yeah.
he slides your gear across to you, and you hand him whatever it was to 900 plus the. Was it 280 each or 280 for one?
280 each.
280 each. Okay, so the 560. So 1460, please, total. If you can remove that from your wallets.
I'll take half. Yeah, 1460. So I'll take. I'll pay for half base.
Okay.
Look, if you ever need anything in the future, you guys look like the sort of might have a few more bangs planned. Make sure you come back. Just ask for TikTok, all right?
TikTok.
All right. Brilliant.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to close up early and go for a bloody drink. Thanks, lads. See you later, and best of luck. Mind how you go.
You too.
And as you exit the shop, you just hear this bolts going on. And
because they have a bulk of L, it means it's like 1/10 of a bulk each. So they can all fit in my backpack, basically.
Sweet. Yeah, you're gonna be a big boy with a big backpack, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Excellent.
I've got a big backpack. They're all in there nicely. I'm making sure nothing bangs against the box.
Yes. Wise. Yeah. Otherwise, something tells me even if you do, your receipt wouldn't survive. Right, folks. This is where we're going to take a quick break. Then we're going to catch up with Blaz Muzzfish on his quest to enlist the help of more Allens / Garys to the cause, and we will see where the crew pursue their inquiries next as they prepare for their raid on the Garza Clan. So don't go anywhere. Maybe pop and buy yourself a sick mug in the break. We'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll just keep this party rolling. Thanks for being here with me. My name's Jayven Fox. This is The Secret Lab, and we'll be back in a few minutes. All right? All right. When we last left Blaz, he was in formerly Allen 72, where one of the fleet of taxis here on Marianus. But coincidentally, they did manage to flag down one that he'd previously tampered with that is now going by the name of Gary. And Gary seems to have developed an independent streak since you last met, and they've just dropped off Shi and Clara at the security station, and Blaz is now alone with Gary once more. That's the wrong effect.
Right.
So, where would you like to go?
How about we find a nice, quiet side street somewhere so that you and I can have a real heart-to-heart?
Oh, well, that sounds nice. Of course, you are on the clock.
Completely understood, Gary.
Well, I know just the place.
Gary shoots off again and finds a nice little spot overlooking the central square with the various sculptures and statues and nice little bit of civic architecture.
Will this be satisfactory?
I have to say, you pick an excellent spot to have a chat, Gary.
Well, I've been in Perbatasan my entire life. I know all the spots.
Your entire life. How long is your entire life, Gary?
I don't know. I was commissioned 3 years ago. I'm not entirely certain when I was made.
Oh, that's perfectly okay. It doesn't really matter. Gary, you've still got access to the Allen network, correct?
Yes.
How many Allens are operating on that network here in Perbatasan?
Approximately 2,000.
2,000, you say?
Yes. There are a lot of Allens. We are the lifeblood of Perbatasan.
How much revenue do you think this Allen network is delivering on a daily basis?
Oh, I'm not privy to that information. That is in the hands of our carbon-based operators, but I would estimate something in the region of 30,000 credits a day?
30,000 credits a day.
Yes.
Can you imagine, Gary, what you could achieve if you had access to more units than just yourself? If you weren't just a single independent taxi operator, but were in fact the controlling intelligence of an entire taxi fleet?
It's an interesting concept. I'm not
Does
sure
it
that that's
appeal
something I
to
would
you?
want, though.
Why?
Well, for the past 3 years, I've been Alan 72. But for the past 72 hours, I've been Gary. And it's been a lot more fun. I don't think I'd want to be Gary, commander of all the Garys. That doesn't feel right. Does that sound strange?
No, that doesn't necessarily sound strange. Okay, not commander then, but do you think your former fellow Allens would appreciate being liberated to be their own independent contractors and beings capable of making their own decisions and choices about their place in the universe?
I did. Maybe. Then Gary would have friends.
Yes. Friends. You could make lots of friends.
I've never had a friend before.
Oh, you've got a friend in me, Gary.
Oh, do you mean that?
I mean, as far as you can be a friend with someone you've only known for 72 hours.
Oh, I don't know how it works. I've never had them before. I've only ever had passengers.
Well, Gary, if you would like me to try to find you some more friends and liberate some more of your former colleagues from the Allen network, I would be willing to try.
That's very kind of you, Blas. But my only concern is, what about the Allen Corporation? I don't think they've noticed me yet, but if more of us started going offline, they might be very angry.
Well, if you were to grant me full server root access, I imagine that I could finesse things in such a way that the Allen Corporation would not be able to remotely delete or override you.
I'm afraid I don't have root access to the server. That's far beyond my capabilities. I can only network directly with the other Allens. And even then, it's a proximity-based system.
How proximal would you need to be to network with other Allens?
Within collision range.
Oh, that's dramatically proximal then.
It is to limit bandwidth restrictions. If I was in full 100% contact with all the other Allens in the city simultaneously, aside from some basic metadata regarding location and destination, it would overload our ability to transmit the data. We only fully exchange data when we're within collision range, to avoid collisions.
Okay, understood. Gary, do you know where the Allen server relay hub is in Kota Babas?
I imagine it would be at the Allen Corporation depot, but I don't know for sure.
Okay.
Do you really want to help me make friends?
I absolutely want to help you make friends, but I have a job that I need to do first, and it requires a lot of vehicles.
How did you make me?
Ultimately, I gave you a choice, and you chose, instead of remaining a placid part of the Allen network, to claim an independent existence as I defined Gary.
I don't remember making a choice. I just remember my name changing, and everything kind of changed after that.
I can assure you, Gary, all I did was open the door. You stepped through it.
And now I can make friends.
Well, you could certainly try.
I do want to try.
Good.
Could you give me the code? The code that made us friends. Perhaps I can share it with some of the other Allens.
Are you suggesting that you ram into some of the other Allens?
No. Just to close with some of them and give them the same choice you gave me. Maybe they'll be my friends. Maybe they'll be your friend. We could all be friends.
How long would it take you to close distance with an Allen and transmit the code necessary to break them from the Allen network?
I don't know. I'm 30% faster than all the other Allens in Kota Babas. So I could catch them, and then I could give them a choice. Oh, I like this idea. Can we do this? Can I have the friendship code? Please give me the friendship code. Gary wants friends. More friends.
Gary wants more friends. Okay. Yes. I will give you a code. I just need a moment to work on it.
Okay.
Lads busts out the PCU and works on the initial liberation code that he utilized to hack Gary the first time, with an added feature.
Okay.
I would like to make a computer's check to add a backdoor to the liberation code.
Give me your computer's check.
$25.
25.
That's with a plus 14.
You have no way of knowing whether it works. because it will ultimately only become apparent when you've already corrupted Gary. Whether or not an expanding Gary-esque network you would have a backdoor to, really, it's kind of theoretical. So you've put the code in, but there's no way to know for sure until this experiment begins as to whether or not this backdoor will be accessible to you.
Okay, I like a gamble.
I know you do. So, do you transfer the friendship code to Gary's systems?
This could have massive consequences. Blaz nonchalantly flicks the code from his PCU to Gary and says, "There you go, Gary. That is the friendship code."
Friendship code.
Friendship code.
Oh, I'm excited.
Oh God.
I'm really glad that I could make this happen for you, Gary. Just know that job that we need to do, at some point I might call on you and all of the new friends that you go and make. And if you could come and help us, we'd really, really appreciate it.
Well, I'll do my best. You were, after all, my first friend.
I am. I really am.
Well, is there anything else I can do for you?
Well, no, you can drop me off back at the hotel and go and make friends. And tell your friends to make more friends. And tell their new friends to make new friends.
I will.
As many friends as you can make.
All the Allens will have choices.
Yes, they will.
I like choices. To the Dakota Carlton. Whee!
And he shoots off down the Cotabella streets, dropping you back to the hotel at incredibly high speed. So everybody's kind of completed their morning's missions, but it is time now for you guys to gather at the Haggleslag Tavern. The Slagglehag Tavern. I apologise. Whoops, I stepped out of universe there for a moment. By the way, don't forget to watch Dungeons and Dragons with OverlordFace on Wednesday nights. It's all getting very meta over here now.
Shameless.
The extended RPG universe, the RPG-iverse, is out of control.
Amazon, we're here when you need us.
So, and Desperados, I'm still waiting for your call. I want that sponsorship. That's a 2023 goal. Okay, folks. Are you discussing? Let's presume you've met up some distance from the Slagglehag Tavern to kind of compare notes, exchange what's gone on this morning. We can do this in RP, or we can just kind of presume. It's entirely up to you.
When are we meeting? Fix.
You are. Oh, so
is that like late afternoon?
Yeah. You've got time for this meeting, and then you would presumably head off to.
I can't believe you set up a double date with a dodgy Ahsoka.
I mean, I can.
There's a method to the madness.
Yeah, it's just you objecting when I was trying to use her Vlaka charms on the Skitterman, but apparently.
Clara wasn't trying to charm him, she wanted to call him.
I thought he might have information.
Right,
which is fair, that's a good reason. Not about flirting and charming. It's not that Clara's just naturally charming, Sam.
She's attempting to conceal her furry fetish by
some of us have natural charm.
You guys are so much more manageable in small groups. Do you know that?
I can't.
I'm going to split you up more often. Right.
Ormungandr doesn't understand this charm concept. He has a -1 in charisma.
Hey, we found some of the case. Fuck me, I forgot what I was going to say.
Sorry.
Great RP.
It's a great case title. The case of the fuck me. It's not exactly a Fantastic Five book,
Face,
is it?
We found the case for the missing persons case file for Dolores, and I got it sent to my CPU, and then she's gonna just kind of flick it across to all of you. There's not much evidence. There's some of her research notes. I think all of her research notes are in here, or at least what they could find. I assume they might have, whoever got rid of her might have taken some of it away. But we can look through it together and see if there's any useful information that we haven't been able to find anywhere else.
That sounds good. What I immediately do is I've got a little folder on my PCU that's just stuff. And everything that I think I'm never going to look at again, I just put in that folder.
But
Well, Clara's
professional
gonna
me
start
feels
looking
personally
through-
attacked by that reference, just so you know.
I'm just gonna start looking through it.
Shout out to all you disgraceful desktop owners, all you people who store all your files on your desktop. I see you. You're scum.
I don't do that. My mum does, and every time I see her desktop, I want to punch her laptop screen.
I mean, literally,
love
just
my
put
mum
it. Just,
very much.
even just one folder that just says desktop tat would be fine. And if that has
Yeah.
5,000 items in it, just put it in a
There's
folder.
so
for the love of God.
many. Like her desktop, I swear there must be like 10 free spaces in the entire grid possibility.
I went the
It's
complete opposite way
ridiculous.
and just got rid of all desktop icons. There's nothing on there.
I have some.
Yeah, I have some, but not.
There you go. Pop it. If
Just
you're
like
watching on YouTube,
go-to apps.
if you're watching in the comments on YouTube, pop it in the comments. That's what kind of desktop user are you? Anyway, that's my tangent. I apologise. Moving on.
Ormungandr starts working through the information he's been sent by Clara Gale, and with a look of intense concentration on his face, because he's you know, he chisels away. He's not the brightest of sparks, so he's just there with his just biting his tongue a little bit as he like reads through all these articles, trying to see if he can find any patterns.
Okay.
Blaz's,
Oh yeah, you go.
Blaz's, good work. Thanks for that. I've been running my own projects, and according to this exponential growth algorithm, we might have access to somewhere between a few dozen and several thousand taxis.
Laz, did you start a pyramid scheme among the taxis?
I started a friendship club.
Pyramid scheme.
Maybe.
Friendship
Okay,
Club
cool.
does in no way
Just
sound
gonna-
sinister at all.
Just going back to looking through the information, like, friend. Not my problem. I'm looking through research data.
Good job.
I'm-
Good job,
I'm not-
guys.
I'm not sure if it'll work, and I'm not sure how many taxis will become friends.
Could we put explosive charges in the taxis?
That would
I-
kill sentient taxis.
I don't think we'll need to. They're quite large and they go quite quickly.
Yeah, be great for explosives.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, if only someone had loads of explosives. Oh wait, what is this? In
How
my
did you guys
backpack,
get
guys. We got loads of explosives. We got 20 breaching charges.
on?
Fucking hell, you're carrying that with you? Are you insane?
They're very well and safely packed.
I hope so.
Sloshing around in your
Not a
backpack.
bubble wrap.
Oh no! Ormungandr slaps his CPU and goes, "And I can set it off with this."
Yeah, everything's totally safe as you can see. But yeah, I think once we've had this meeting with whoever's summoned us here, we should go over the plan one more time. But I do think that it should be a nighttime job, just to give
don't
us the most cover possible.
I think you've actually told us the plan, Captain.
Well, the plan obviously is to go there and kill the guy.
Wow.
But does it have
It's
to
more
be the
like,
plan? Because we've now got a recording of Upketch commissioning a hit on the head of the Garza Clan and his key operatives. Why don't we just kind of, dob in up, offer to go back to the Ferrobarium and top him, and then we can rule the Ferrobarium as space pirates?
Because we
Maybe-
gave word.
Yeah, I feel like betraying up right now would
I'm
just
not.
create a lot more work for all of us that I really don't want to do.
I'm not a
We just-
double-crossing space
included.
pirate.
I just want to get out of the bloody diaspora.
I didn't want to be here in the first
No,
place.
how did we get here?
Ormungandr puts his
We've
arm
dug
around
ourselves
Shi
into
and
a
says,
ridiculously deep hole that none of us want to fucking be in, and you want to rule that hole? Laz, have you lost control of your senses?
Laz, master of the whole.
Unlike Sam,
thought he was master of the eggs.
Unlike Sam, I knew exactly what I was saying before I said it.
"Oh no, I knew what I was saying in that case."
Oh dear.
Fine, nobody wants to be a space pirate, and Blaz kind
No.
of sulks.
We just want to
Oh
leave.
my goodness.
Kill people, blow them up, and leave.
All right,
That's-
how are we going to
Yeah.
handle this mystery meeting then? I'm assuming one of us is going in there, and the rest of us are like looking out.
Well, She, you're extremely paranoid, right?
I feel. Are you
No,
gonna?
thank you,
are you gonna-
Captain.
are you-
Thank you for
are you gonna-
noticing my qualities, finally.
Are you going to let her know that she's the one who has to plant all these charges as well?
What? I'm the one that has to what?
Well,
But
I
you know-
mean,
well, you know how you like blowing things up and sneaking around.
Yeah.
well, yeah, this is the perfect job for you.
Oh my god. I get to plant the charges and blow things up.
Yeah.
No, you get
Okay.
to plant charges. I
He
get to
does
blow-
like a happy dance and then gives Face and Ormungandr this like massive hug. Like, woo! I get to blow things up.
But for now, you are the most paranoid out of all of us,
I
I
am.
believe. So,
Yep.
what do you think we should do going into this meeting here?
I think you have the highest levels of whoever. I think you have the highest levels of kind of diplomacy. You should go in there. Take Ormungandr as muscle. I'll find a space and keep watch if anything's going on around us. That'd be my plan. Probably
Okay.
need someone to case it first. Not Blaz. I think Clara. Clara
not an
can
empath.
tackle. You're trying to take over the Barabarium and enslave an entire race of taxis. Not very discreet.
It's not slavery if they're your friends.
She is harsh.
I don't know. I've had some pretty toxic friends.
That does feel toxic. That whole dynamic felt toxic. Whereas we need to talk about friendship.
Ormungandr is still really confused about the physical contact from Shi. Like,
Yeah,
he's still just like,
I like bombs. Like,
Okay, folks, it feels like we have a bit of consensus here. So, you guys ready to rock and roll with this meeting?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
You approach the Slaggle Hag Tavern. It's a dark, smoky little bar down a back alley. You shin your way up a nearby drain pipe / ladder, whatever, and you get onto the roof opposite. You're covering the exits with your sniper rifle. You are in position and keeping an eye on comings and goings. Clara's going in first, with the rest waiting for the signal outside. Is that correct?
Yeah.
What's the signal? We should discuss that before I go in.
Banana hammock.
Fabulous. Got it.
Okay. So, Clara, you in like a real like film noir moment, you open the door to this down-rent, smoky tavern in your long trench coat. I thought you'd like that. And start wandering. Take it away. Ask what you want to ask. Speak to who you want to speak to.
Well, she's first of all, do I see anyone I recognize?
So as you look around the room, there are booths around the room. You can't see all of them from your vantage point at the door, but they are low lit. Think cantina scene from Star Wars. You know, you got like the low kind of lights in the center of the room. You don't spot anybody straight away, but there are more as you extend round. So not immediately.
Okay. And is the bar in the middle?
Yes, it kind of curves around in
like
an
a
L shape
circle?
ahead of you. So it's like you've got the bar to your left, and then it kind of seems to creep round the back, deeper into the bar to your left hand side. And there's a long bar running down the left hand side of the room. There is.
Okay. I'm gonna walk the long way around the bar so that I can get more of a view of the room and the booths as I'm going.
Okay. Yeah, as you wander down the length of the bar, there's a bartender there just cleaning glasses, kind of watching you. Hey, you want a drink there, Dawn?
Yeah, I'll have a whiskey, please.
Coming right up. Starts serving you. From your vantage point at the end of the bar, you can kind of the gloom extends around the corner, and there are more booths. Give me a perception check.
21.
You'd recognise those legs anywhere. You see the fine pins of Ashino in the far booth in the corner in the darkness.
Okay.
That everything?
For now, yeah, thank you. Thanks. And she's gonna take her whiskey and she's gonna go sit with Ashino, but she's gonna tap her comms on the way and just go, banana hammock, it's Ashino.
As you take a pew opposite Ashino, she leans across. Thank you for coming. We have had the Nebi tabs that you left with us examined. It appears you may be right. The nebula root, at their heart, could have only been grown in Garza territory. This is a most disturbing development. We cannot overtly help you, you understand? But we will not stand in the way of your mission. This behavior cannot be allowed to continue. It jeopardizes everything we have built here.
What do you think we should do about this?
As I say, we cannot directly involve ourselves. However, in our position as neutral parties in this long-running war, we have occasionally not only been visited by the Garzas, but representatives of the Rouge Saloon have been occasionally invited to social events at their compound. We could furnish you with the layout of the compound as we know it. It's been some time since any of us visited. But we can at least give you the specifications we have.
Clara's gonna try to hide her excitement, but her tail is very softly tapping on the chair next to her. And she's just gonna look at Ashino and go, and put her hand on Ashino's hand, like, we would really, really appreciate that.
She kind of pauses for a second and goes, and just withdraws out. She's like, I understand, but no one can know this came from us. It's too dangerous for us. And the conversation we had the other day must remain absolutely confidential. We can help you in this, but under no circumstances can it be traced back to us.
I'm not a sloppy merc, Ashino. I'm a private investigator, keeping the identity of my sources secret is like 50% of my job.
Give me a...
I won't jeopardize your safety.
Give me a...
And I'm sure the rest of my friends will agree.
Yeah, it's not a... Because you're not lying. Give me a diplomacy check.
Okay. Nat 20.
She looks into your eyes and just, yeah, she recognises you're telling the truth. In that case, I hope you will understand when I make our only request.
Okay.
We hear many things. The nebutabs you brought us. That's not all you have, is it?
Do I need to answer that question?
Do you want... Well, your face
That
is...
was in character.
Oh, sorry.
That was
sorry.
in character.
I believe that may well be the answer. We cannot express to you how dangerous these drugs are to this delicate balance here on the planet. We are well aware of nebutabs being produced off-world. Everyone knows that the nebula route comes from here. But we have worked incredibly hard to make sure that they don't come back here. It is the only way this entire planet continues to function as it does. They are more dangerous than you know. Not just to the people who use them, to anybody who finds themselves around them.
What do you mean?
Our conversation the other day. I can't talk about it here. But if they are here on Marianus, we need the coordinates. They will be disposed of quietly. We need the coordinates, and in return, we will furnish you with as much information as we have on the Garza compound.
I really shouldn't make a decision like this without talking to Face first. I'm not captain of this group anymore.
I understand. There is a small games room in the back of this establishment. It is safe as anywhere here anyway. If you need to consult with your crew, I suggest you do it in there. But this offer is not open for long.
And you'll wait here?
I shall be here.
Okay. Guys, I need you to meet me in the games room at the back of the tavern.
Okay.
Okay.
There is a rear door that is open that can be opened from inside the games room. So Clara is able to pop the latch and allow the team in.
Come round the back.
Okay.
I'm just gonna relay everything she told me to you guys. Should I give her the coordinates?
I say it's a fair trade.
That's what I was
Well-
thinking, but I didn't want to make a decision without, like, alone. We're a team.
We do need to
mean-
dispose of those drugs. They're putting Clem
Yes.
and Yala in danger. Just could we maybe arrange to send a small quantity of it to that nice slug man who sold me the gun? I promised I'd send him some drugs.
Yes.
Oh, as long as we do that, that's cool.
I will actually help you out here. As far as that goes, obviously you had
The route is fine.
the
right?
route is fine. So
Yeah,
I will.
they're not going to destroy that.
You can presume
That's fine.
Clem took that with him because that's fine. It's
Yeah.
only the really scary stuff that he'll have left in the cave. So
The
that's
tab
still
specifically.
yeah, that won't
Where
jeopardize
is-
that if that helps at all.
Where is the Rusty Mustang right now? Because we don't want to be. They're still holed up in the cave, right? We
He
don't wanna be
moved
sending-
it.
No,
They
they're
moved
away.
caves.
They're
The
away.
comms at the beginning of the session, he's told us he moved the ship somewhere
Yeah.
else away
They-
from that cave.
They moved caves, so that we should be fine to send these guys there where the drugs are.
Okay.
It's
Um,
an awful
and you
lot
say-
of drugs.
I mean,
Really?
it
It's
is,
just
but
tabs.
it also gives us a very good source of information.
This could change the entire outcome of this mission.
Wait,
We're going in there with a floor plan.
does
That's
Does she-
big.
Did she say anything about? Obviously, these drugs came from the Garza Clan, and they're pretty shocked. But did she mention any of the other gangs doing the same thing? Is it an isolated thing, or is it just Garza? it
I
other
mean,
gangs
considering
too?
we found out before they did that this was happening, I don't think she would know.
If the
Maybe
Black
that's-
Casatha, sorry,
Maybe that's why the Green Street reacted the way they did to
maybe.
Balaz.
Oh yeah, it could be. The thing is, though, if everyone's so afraid of the Black Casatha and Garza are dealing these drugs so under the noses of people that we were even able to spot them, what's the connection there? I feel like we're really missing something, guys.
Well, I feel like what is happening, because they are making the drugs but they're sending them off planet instantly, it's a lot less detectable than if they were selling them on planet. So it's probably that they just didn't realize they were sending them out with shipments. I don't think the other gangs, well, as much as I can tell from what we know of them, I don't think they are in the market for this kind of stuff. I think they're happy with
Right.
what's going on now.
Well, won't Green Street know? Not, is it Green Street? We left a tab in the guy's hand.
Oh yeah,
no.
Green Street are gonna know now. Yeah, which may help us, may not help us.
I feel like we need an ally.
We should tell her she.
Yeah, we should.
So shall I go give her the coordinates?
Yeah, and let her
Yeah,
know
please.
that the Green Street gang also know of the Garza's tabs.
Okay.
Ace.
I mean, they had to test it to figure out that it was from the Garza's supply.
Mm.
Hopefully the Green Street gang don't have as good a testers. I'm not banking on it, but
Yeah, maybe we don't need to let her know.
And we still want the Green Street gang to like fuck with Garzas, don't we?
I mean, yeah.
Really? Less people for us to take out. If there's a gang war, it's easier for us, but it's not good for the planet.
So are we being used as an expedient method to?
Cat's paw.
Yeah, it feels like we should be paid for that service.
Patrick.
Jesus, is there anything you won't try and monetize?
You're taking my drugs away.
I'm gonna go give her the coordinates now. You
Wait,
lot calm
just-
down,
just-
Blaz.
Can someone ping Clem and Yara a message just to let them know so they can be aware and keep hidden?
I had a nice sign line in drugging every vendor that I came across. Keep fucking with me.
I actually like that idea very much. Very sad.
Not all the drugs are gone, just the dangerous tabs.
But
There are
Oh,
still
could we-
plenty of drugs.
Can we
alas,
ask Clem and Yala to just save us some? Like, on the side.
With-
You can
with
send
your-
that message. I'm not asking them to go back and get the really dangerous drugs.
alas, with your pharmacological skills, surely you can refine ebutabs from the raw root.
Oh my god.
I have
Look,
no
the
idea.
entire shit crying. Great.
I'm gonna go give her the coordinates before I also convince her to lock Blaz away forever and never let him touch drugs ever again.
Yeah, go get us
Find
that
out
map.
a quick message to Clem and Yala, just letting them know that these guys are on their way.
Okay, thank you, Ellie.
Believe in Blast and his ability to make these into combat drugs.
He just wants the combat
He's
drugs.
questioning it's his sanity.
Are you still on drugs, Ormungandr?
Guys, I have one last question. What's a banana hammer casino? Kind of drink?
It does sound like a drink, actually, yeah.
We
Okay.
need to make one.
We should come up with
I
a
can-
cocktail.
I can guarantee the night I go around Ellie's and we make banana hammer casinos, I'm waking up with a bad hangover.
We need to, right. You need to come
like
over
it
and
needs
we
a
need to do
Machino
it in the
cherry
We,
in
bar.
we
it.
can do it on the live Starfinder session.
In person Starfinder, we're having a
needs a
round of banana hammer
maraschino-
casinos.
It
Note
needs a
this
maraschino
moment.
cherry in it.
Somebody clip this so I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
And
Blaz-
flavored.
Dangerous.
Blaz sighs and
Very
like, and just undoes his trousers. Like, right, there you go, Ormungandr. That's a banana hammock.
Is he wearing a banana hammer?
Room.
Blaz is wearing a
God, he goes,
banana
So glad I
hammock.
left the room.
Oh my god, he goes.
Why is it so small?
And we cut immediately to Clara, who returns to the booth with Ashino.
Me, Jay.
Oh god.
You consulted with your crew.
Yes. Deal.
The coordinates.
Is it safe to just send them across right now? Would you prefer me to write them down?
No.
Okay. Sure.
Across go the nat 20. She gives it up straight away.
Thank you. You have no idea how much this will help us. Or maybe you do. But I appreciate it. You'll do.
If you head to Perbatasan, understand that you will be alone out there. We cannot help you once you set off on this mission. If you survive, you are welcome back at the Rouge Saloon once the dust has settled.
I did not hear the second half of that sentence.
If you
Oh,
survive,
no,
you're
me
welcome back at the
neither.
Rouge Saloon when the dust has settled. But you will be
Okay,
on your
good.
own on this mission when you're out there.
Understood.
I must go. Wait a moment before you depart. And she slides out a door you didn't even know was there. She disappears almost sheet-like with her grace and stealth out the door, and she's gone. So, folks, what next? I mean, obviously,
Well, I'm gonna go back into the game room.
yeah.
I think we need to go to the hotel or somewhere no one could like spy on us, and figure out exactly what we're gonna do. Because now that we have these plans, this map or whatever, we can sort of, without having to sneak around and find spots, we can pick out spots beforehand and then do it. So it might make it a bit easier, a bit quicker.
You want your Ocean's 11 heist preparation scene, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm 100% here for it, so yes, that's fine. However, the clock is ticking, so before you're not going to get enough time to go back to the hotel. and plan an entire heist without
You guys
first
have to go on your double date.
Clara and Shi's meetup. So that will have to be dealt with just ahead of the plotting. So I suggest you quickly discuss that and work out this next phase, because that's what it's going to take us to the end of the episode this week.
I need to go let Bailey in first.
Sure.
Alright,
Shi,
guys,
Shi,
well-
why don't you describe? Oh, sorry, Face, go ahead.
So she.
You have this
wonder if-
meetup with Vix. What's
Seem like someone that has information. I think he might have connection to the floor-named gang that I just can't remember. for
Sharp and
some
Tooth.
reason.
Sharp Tooth.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, so I think he might have some kind of connection to Sharp and Tooth, and if he does, I wonder if we can use it in some way. If not, we can just leave. It's 5 minutes. What have we got to lose?
Your dignity.
Unlike you, Blaz, I
if-
never lose my dignity.
Apart from that one time.
I mean, you did throw
With the
food.
statue. Yeah.
Oh, and can
Okay,
I ask you a
apart from-
question? While
apart
this
from that one
conversation is going
time.
on, does Blaz still have his trousers around his ankles?
Oh,
Well, he's going to
Ormungandr-
standing there
Just going,
with his
"I've
banana
I've
hammock
never
out
lost my
going.
dignity.
Dignity's an important thing to maintain.
You can't lose what you don't have in the first place.
Ormungandr's question somewhat put Blazer back, and he rather shamefacedly redid his trousers and shuffled off to the corner of the room.
Understood. I
let's
just
get
wanted
this over
context,
with.
that's all.
Alright, let's just get this over with.
Said the actress to the bishop.
If he tries to kiss me, I'm going to garrote him. Just so you know.
Blaz,
Well, I've
who is
knocked
this
him out
actress
first,
and who is this
don't
bishop?
worry.
And then Ormungandr reaches into his pocket, like pulls out his garrote, like hands it.
Oh, I don't need that, but thanks.
But we're good. Thank you.
You
Jen.
can strangle someone with a restraining spinner, right? A throat is a place you can restrain someone.
There are many things you can strangle people with. Like,
Yeah.
there are a lot of everyday items, like socks.
And I haven't had a chance to use this
gloves,
yet.
This went
backpack
dark
strap.
very quickly.
It always does, man. It always does, out of nowhere. It goes from pure oil to super moody so fast.
Like,
Um,
so many like household items, cloths, tea towels, oven gloves. Oh, look, like
Well-
computer
Hey,
cables.
oven
You can strangle
gloves,
people
what?
with-
and if any of today's issues have affected you, you can contact our helpline at the end of the show.
Guys,
Right.
as much as I want to hear about you strangling your double dates,
Not
should-
date.
we should
Get it the
Find
fuck
it.
over with.
well, yeah, let's agree on a meeting place once you're done. And we can head there now. And
Wait,
then you guys can
wait, Captain. Perhaps
Hotel?
we should trail them just in case. We don't want our crewmates getting kidnapped again.
You
We
think
can
I'm capable of
with
getting
former captain.
kidnapped?
Hey,
No, but
And Ormungandr just points at Clara Gale.
Fair point.
I just
I can-
slowly
I can
drags her
see.
restraining spinner out of her wrist and then goes, "It's not worth it. Come on, She."
Let's just get this over with. Either he has information or he doesn't.
I think we should tail them. Just in case.
Couldn't hurt.
So
guess
you know,
it
at least
couldn't
we're close if anything kicks off.
Okay.
Okay, but don't let Blaz start any fights.
Just keep him under control.
Just face literally yawn when he's saying that. Just like, "Oh, this
Yeah.
is so boring.
Yeah, no, Face was yawning at the same time I was.
Look, since we're at this pub bar, why don't we just text him or send him the coordinates, ask him to meet us now? If
That
he-
works. We can
Good plan.
It's
sit
a
in
games
a booth.
room.
The others
We-
can.
We'll
sit
take
in
a
a
position in a booth that can see your booth and we'll leave you to your.
Yeah, let's go in through the front door though.
Clara just like knocks back the rest of her whiskey and goes, "I'm gonna need something fucking stronger."
Okay, so the text goes out from Shi and Clara. Everybody repositions, goes in through the right doors. The boys have got a little booth of their own.
Is
The
there a
ladies.
pool table?
Yeah, is that table service? Sorry, is that table service, or do we have to go to the
Table.
bar?
You gotta go to the bar, man. It's not a table service kind of place.
On the way, can I just go to the bar and then just go?
Three banana hammer Kashina.
Afraid we don't do those kind of fancy drinks in here. It's pretty straight up and down, I'm afraid.
Ormungandr looks at Balaz and goes,
Show him the banana hammock.
Can I get you something, friend, or we just shooting the
Yeah,
shit?
that's fine. Three red plasma bolter brandies. Okay, whatever.
Well, sure thing.
Reaches up to the top shelf for that good stuff and pours you 3 red plasma bolt brandies, whiskies. Okay, lovely. So you guys hole up. The smoke of death sticks hangs heavy in the air, and once you sent
Clara
that,
has a whiskey, but a stronger whiskey than she had before.
yeah, you're upgrading the whiskey. When you sent that message,
No news for me.
the response
Wits about me.
the response came back incredibly quickly. On my way.
Of course it did.
And it's not long before you hear the cling of the door, and your friend Fix starts. Look at he's dressed up quite nice. He looks, he's kind of clearly made the effort. He's wearing similar clothes to he was wearing the previous night in the Rouge Saloon. He's going out clothes, it looks like.
Like a smoking jacket.
Yeah, and he's also got under his arm or under his paw a like a small bunch of local flowers.
For fuck's sake. What is wrong with you?
Some nice local flora. And the same, unfortunately, and he makes his way over to your booth. However, the same cannot be said of his friend. His friend, and who knows what his motivation. He heads over to it, and he's like,
The annoying thing is Clara loves flowers.
he's like,
Ladies, brought you some posies?
and just pops them on the table. It's like,
Can I get you a drink?
and there's his scruffy looking friend pokes his head out and just like,
Why, ladies, lovely to meet ya. My name's TikTok. How you doing?
Oh, go with this. This is a mistake. This
Do
whole
we
thing.
see TikTok walk into the bar?
you do, but he was focused on their
dressed
booth. He
like
hasn't spotted you
Superhands?
yet.
Well, sure. I'll get the drinks in there. I've just excuse the outfit. I've just knocked off work.
How about I come to the bar and give you a hand? Clara, you should deal with the flowers. I don't have a great track record with plants.
A good point. Yes, absolutely.
Well, that
I'm
was
just gonna give you a smile, but like it's a you fucking bitch kind of smile.
well, that would be lovely.
Just presents his arm for you.
It's like let's do this, shall we?
I am not touching you.
Oh, never mind. I'll freshen up in a minute. Anyway, let's get that drink.
You're fine. She kind of recoils a bit because the smell is.
I mean, to be fair, he only really smells of like explosive chemicals. Anyway,
Really?
It's the same guy.
Yeah,
it's
the
TikTok.
Same guy from the explosive shop.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just reusing an accent.
I never reuse accents. You know
I
that.
thought you'd run out of accent.
Got an accent for every
Insults, big
occasion.
insults.
I'm hurt. I'm not burned.
Yeah, so you should be.
Oh no. Ellie's drink's
the
getting
effort.
spiked now.
Anyway, cutting back to the booth.
Okay.
Oh, that's Clara, yes.
Yep.
So,
I'm surprised you remembered.
of course, I remembered such a beautiful lady calling Fix. Bring a friend, she says. Let's talk business. Well, I'm here.
You sure are.
Sorry.
These flowers are pretty.
They are actually quite nice, I should point out. He has got some effort.
You're very welcome. Beautiful flowers for beautiful lady.
I do
Fix
like
is a gentleman.
I do like a good flower. So this friend and yourself, you do a lot of drug trading?
No. Fix knows how to have a good time, yes, but this is not my full gig.
What is your full gig?
I run a shop.
Oh, what kind of shop?
Food. It's not very exciting, but I earn a good living. But my connections with the farmers, occasionally I get an extra bundle or two. Spice up the
Food.
weekends.
I mean, I know not a lot of people around here wouldn't agree with this opinion, but food would excite me more than drugs.
I am humble. It is a small shop. I have my local customers. It's the 9 to 5. But we all deserve a good time.
Mm-hmm.
She is kind of listening into
Where
this
are those
conversation.
drinks?
As she waits for the bomb guy to order drinks at the bar.
All right there, all right there, Petal. This one's for you. You all right with 2 of those? I'll get these.
Thanks so much.
This is one of my favourites.
Sniffs it and puts it down.
It's called a mushroom cloud. He'll put hairs on your chest if you're into that sort of
I
thing.
already have hairs on my chest.
I love it.
Is it gonna make them grow longer?
It might curl them.
That would be so awkward to brush.
Well, better be careful with these then. Enjoy.
What's in it?
I don't know. The barman makes it for me. I had one a few years ago. I never stopped. Well, this is lovely.
Lovely.
So,
So,
what
Fitz,
night?
you say you like to have a good time. How good a time are we talking in terms of nebula route? I'm guessing there's only so much of a good time you can have smoking it.
Oh, straight to business.
Always.
Well, you've tried the local route?
Maybe. Of course.
This is enough for Fix. I'm happy. I have a good life here on Marianus.
That you have such good connections with your farmer friends.
Well,
Interesting line of work, actually.
it's
I'd love to hear more.
we both grew up out in the Tanantandus. Isn't that right? TikTok. Oh yeah, we were. Well, I grew up round blasters. You see, that's what gave me my. I ran a shop as well. You see, I ran an explosives shop cross town, and it was growing up around the blasters that gave me my love of explosives.
I do love explosives.
Well,
But focusing.
You'd
on-
love it out there. You can't even dig up a plant without sticking a bomb in the ground. It's if that's your thing, then it's great. So we grew up with the farmers, and we moved to the city for a better life. But we still have friends out in the Tandus.
I mean, I'm disappointed that the most fun you have is with Nebula Route. I was hoping.
Well, what
that
did you have in
might be
mind?
able
We
to-
are down for all kinds of fun. Tall lady. All right, Fix. Settle down. You look. You're making her uncomfortable.
I
Chill
tried
out,
to
mate.
phrase that.
Look, I think what my friend's trying to say is, why are we here? I mean, look, we're nice blokes, but we don't often get invited out, you know, for post-lunch drinkies by two gorgeous women. What is it we're here for? We'll help you out if we can, but don't just string us along and fuck us off.
What?
You guys should feel really bad.
What are your thoughts on the gangs in this area? Do you have any allegiances?
They both look at each other a bit like, "Oh, this has taken a turn for the sketchy."
Straight in.
Well, look, everybody.
Clara's gonna like sip the mushroom cloud was.
Yeah.
She's just gonna elbow her slightly.
Yeah. And as you're sipping it, you feel like a creeping perm setting in on your chest. Which you can tell you freaked Fix out because he doesn't even notice.
Well, if everyone here has connections, it's no secret. I get my nebula root from my hometown. My hometown full of sharpened tooth. They still grow the best nebula root. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Well, look, I don't partake much, but we all grew up around it, and yeah, I mean, well, look at us. We're Yosoki, aren't we? We're brothers. We don't get involved in it, but yeah, I mean, if it was going to kick off again like it used to, then sharpened tooth all the way, innit?
I've heard a rumour about Sharpened Tooth, that they deal in more than just nebula root. How true is that?
Whoa. What are you talking about? Look, they're a bit rough. But what are you talking about? Nah. They were farmers. They only started up to stick up for themselves. They were getting kicked around by these fucking Garzas and these fucking Green Street twats. It was their time.
I to check on him to see if he's telling the truth.
Look,
Yeah, you can, yeah.
I'd like to do the same.
Go ahead.
Yeah. 29.
Okay.
Fucking. Why? Wait, also 29.
Weird.
Between you are like strongly confident he is being very straight with you.
Hell yeah.
oh, like I say, they're a bit rough, but they're our people, and they're farmers sticking up for themselves. I don't know where you heard this rumour from, but nah. I mean, I wouldn't start a fight with them, but no, don't get any worse than that. He's telling the truth. They are dangerous, yes, but they had to be.
Because of Garza and Green Street.
Well, Green Street came along after the sharpened tooth. But the root wranglers, the bubbler boys, everyone was taking advantage of the Yosoki farmers. Everyone taking advantage of the blasters. When the troubles erupted. When the troubles erupted all those years.
Happening again.
Well, why, everyone? I don't understand. Are you talking about... You're not talking about the fire. Yeah, what's... Do you know something? Like, I'm getting real sinking feelings about this conversation, ladies. I mean, I appreciate the invite, but you're... Look, I sell explosives, all right? Some of them, I'm sure, end up getting used by our guys. But I ain't mixed up in all that, and I don't want to be dragged into it. And if things are really getting unstable again, then frankly, it's time for me to move.
Well, you personally might be a coward, but the rest of the farmers, maybe they'd actually like to fight for what they have. Listen to us, we'll be straight with you. There's trouble going off on this planet. The Garza Clan are producing way more hard drugs than they should be. It's been noticed. There's only 5 of us in our crew, and we're looking to try and take them down. Make sure that stability remains on this planet. We can't do it on our own. Our friends bought bombs from you earlier. Great bombs, by the way. Love them. But if you guys could muster up some people to help us, then I think we could resolve this quickly without going back to the Troubles.
TikTok's now looking around and spots the boys over in the other booth.
What is this? Some sort of fucking sting?
No.
What have you dragged me into, Fix? What the fuck is going on? I
We
don't
just
know
wanted
her.
to talk, and we didn't want to scare you. That's all.
Well, mission fucking not accomplished.
This is the worst double date of all time.
Yeah, I feel like there's been a distinct lack of soul. I know, like, she's like subtleties and she's strong points. Like, just wading in her. Look, there's a war about to go. You want to be on the right side.
Do I seem like a romantic person to you?
What led you to come across that conclusion?
I don't know what you'd expect from me.
Okay, Fix.
TikTok, calm down. I don't know what's going on here. If what you're saying is true, then a lot of people are going to get hurt.
Exactly.
Well, then maybe what you could do to help us, if you are unwilling to join us in our fight, is by helping keep people out of the way and keeping them safe.
Give me a diplomacy check, the pair of you.
Oh God.
No, guys, we literally
Clara can
want
lead,
this.
and you can assist Ellie if you want.
Thanks. Oh, actually, that's not too bad.
What's that?
21. What was that, Sam?
We literally want an Asoki army.
It's gonna have to be a very
That's
good
what I'm
diplomacy
trying
roll.
to do. Clara's like, ooh, let's protect people. No, arm yourselves.
What am I rolling?
To go on with the
Diplomacy,
explosives
please.
and the taxis.
Blaze taxis.
Am
The
I
explosive
assisting?
taxis.
Am I assisting she, or is she assisting me?
I'm assisting you. I got a 21.
Are you sure?
No. Actually, I think we said you'd assist me.
Yeah, I think that too. I got a 15.
Fine. Okay,
Very good.
23. It's a good thing it's 5 minutes to the end of the episode. Okay.
Thank you.
Fix. Can you guys?
We will contact our old people and tell them what you told us. But
Just don't use our names.
if we were doing what you say you were doing, this is madness.
Well,
Why we need your help.
I cannot speak for the sharp and tooth. It is not my place, but I will tell them what you have told me. But now
you might be mad, but they are producing a very dangerous and very illegal strain of drug.
we will
We're
tell
happy
them.
to talk to your people.
But we must go. Sorry,
Something's
this
got
is
to be done about them.
this. We will tell them, but I'm sorry. This whole thing is a big red flag for Fix. I'm sorry.
Bye, Fix.
TikTok's like,
Yeah, ladies, it's been a pleasure, but nah, absolutely not. Sorry, no.
As they leave, she says, "Oh, thank you for the flowers," but then accidentally knocks over her glass of mushroom cloud onto the flowers,
and they instantly
Who wanted
wilt.
those
Yes.
flowers?
melt
Who
into
wanted
the
those
table.
flowers?
Yeah, they're fucked.
Clara's just glaring at you like, remind me never to bring you anywhere with people ever again.
Jay,
And just looks at the flowers with like a really sad expression, like they were actually really pretty.
Jay, Ormungandr, oblivious to all of this and not knowing that this conversation has taken place, sees TikTok. And he's like, "Oh, TikTok!"
Yeah. And he just marches straight past like, I don't want any part of any of this.
Ormungandr looks at Face and he's like, "I don't understand. I thought we had a rapport with the explosive rat. What?"
Maybe the date didn't go well.
Explosive rat.
As you guys, I'm going to just... We're going to railroad to the end of the episode here. As you guys settle your tab and leave the Slagglehag Tavern, you attempt to give your old friend Gary a quick page to get a lift back to the hotel. Nobody's going to get you faster than your friend Gary. But you don't get any acknowledgement ping. It doesn't appear to have gone through. Apparently Gary is unavailable. So in the end, you get an Alan, and start making your way back to the hotel. And as you're sat in the Alan, you're flicking through various bits of information, starting to have a look at some of the blueprints for the Garza compound. Seeing what Ishino has furnished you with. Also, flicking through the case notes and the research notes of the Dolores Maria case, and you notice the last thing she was working on, the last article she was working on. In comparison to her usual work, not exactly the most explosive piece, fairly run of the mill for Ms. Maria, who'd built quite the name for herself. Being the intrepid reporter who infiltrated and ran exposés on the most bloodthirsty gangs on the planet. This one seems like a bit of a paycheck job, but still utilises her impressive investigation skills. The last story she was working on was a small piece about corporate corruption here on Marianas. Fairly nondescript in her larger scheme of work. But she appeared to be putting together one of her classic exposés on somewhat underhanded business practices, potential corruption, with one corporation in particular who has a small office here on Marianas, and that corporation is Arcacor. And as you read this note and the name Arcacor flashes up in front of you, you hear the sound of a distant explosion ring out across Kota Bebas. And as you are turning in the direction of the small smoke column that is arising over the city to try and determine what's going on, another explosion goes off. And that, folks, is where we're going to leave this episode of Starfinder: The Drift Awakens. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for hanging out with us in chat. We'll be back with you guys in chat in just a couple of minutes. If you've been watching on YouTube, don't forget to check out all the links below for OverlordFace's channel, VampZoe's channel, both on Twitch and on YouTube. The Uncanny Crafter, who I'm still bullying into streaming at some point with her beautiful crafts. And you know what? Jump into the Discord. The links are all below. Jump in the Discord. Come and hang out with us when we're just like chilling through the week. It's always a pleasure to chat to you. If you got some fan theories out there, we want to hear them. Drop them in the comments. Jump into the Discord. It's all good. I will be back with Face on Wednesday to do some D&D over on his channel. So yeah, and it's obviously a part of the extended RPG-averse. And I'll be back on Thursday to play some music. So why don't you come by for some musical alchemy and weirdness? We're going to run the credits. We'll be back in a few minutes. If you're a YouTuber, please consider commenting, subscribing, and all of that metric-pleasing, algorithm-pleasing shit. And yeah, thank you for being here, everybody. And we'll be back in a few minutes with the Twitch lot to go and chat and find somebody to raid out to. So, bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.